Hello, hello. We are live with the Hellbreaker Sequence. This is episode 14 of the Hellbreaker Sequence. It's nice to see you all here. I am very glad we are playing. I'm very excited to do so. I'm excited that Jared's here. It's been a while. So, just as a quick
It
recap.
has been a while.
I know. Just as a quick recap to get, everybody back up to speed, particularly Jared, because he missed a couple of sessions here, So Jared,
Particularly Jared.
at the beginning of the new age, right? So we did the age turn and stuff.
Yeah.
Beginning of the new age, Connor, the recollection, immediately built a wonder because they could apparently do that because of the amount of. So when Connor was choosing his options for the age turn and stuff, the way that his choices turned out, because he has 4 needs, he could also get 4 extra surpluses and still be like not have it, because you need, like, if you have too much of a positive over negative, right, that's when you have to like get rid of surpluses. But he had like an even surplus and needs situation, and so he could get all the surpluses that he needed for his wonder that he wants to build, and then right away he could just spend them all to build them.
Wow.
So the wonder that he decided to build is called the airy. I don't know how you pronounce it again. I'll read it for you again here. Wait, it's in the other book. The airy, Aerie. The gods of old were aloof and unknowable in their demands for sacrifices and promises of retribution. They all have been humbled by the horrors of the fall, and now walk among us. You have enticed a powerful sentience from this strange and broken world to the Aerie. Now you dance the delicate and complex ballet of masters and servants. So basically what the recollection did is they convinced a Tannerin to like walk among them and lead them. So a powerful Tannerin is now in charge of the recollection, and basically the way this works is any character can... Well, okay, so the permanent bonus that happens is when a family requests an audience with the visitant, their modifier for uncover secrets is boosted by spending points of treaty on the owner instead of data. And when the owner rolls to uncover secrets, they get an advantage if they include the visitant in their consultation. So basically, families can interact with this Tannerin in ways that can, like, give them advice on what they're trying to do. Any character can petition the visitant for a powerful boon of some sort, and there's a list of boons you can get here. But the last one on the list is something else negotiated by with the GM, so it could be anything. And then to pay for this boon, you must successfully complete a quest for the visitant. So basically, there's this Tannerin that everyone can go to, but the recollection has the most access to, that is now in the world. The other thing that happened is when summoning the visitant, the owner determines the nature/identity and core agenda of the visitant, if this has not already been established in the fiction, and every other family says one way the visitant wreaks havoc on their family's holdings, society, or plots, and gains a need of the GM's choice. So, Jared, would you like to tell us how the arrival of a rogue Tannerin that is now leading the recollection ruined your stuff?
I don't know.
In some way. And it doesn't have to be like actual, like the visitant actually went to you, got your stuff and ruined it, but like, some effect by his appearance has ruined something for you and given you a need. Like the one we did for the Heralds, for example, was they got morale because it was like, oh crap, like a powerful Tannerin is working with a recollection.
I guess that's probably what we need as well, because you're all just like, oh, Space Jesus is returned. Oh, but now Space Devil's
Yes.
here as well.
Space Satan, yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so right now you currently have a surplus of morale, so that just means you get rid of the surplus. So you no longer have the surplus of morale.
Cool.
Cool. Awesome. So, yeah, that's what happens with you. That makes sense to me. Let's see. There was something else, right? Oh, we needed to go through the character stuff real quick with you to decide what Cassius is kind of doing right now with some stuff. We went ahead and filled these in for like the new backstory options, right, for the characters, and you just tell me if these are okay. Like we just were like, I think this makes sense. So Seraphiel is Carly's character, the new herald that she's playing.
Yeah.
And we put, for you, Seraphiel has fought shoulder to shoulder with me. So at some point you fought with his herald, which makes sense. Iskander once left me for dead. That's David's, main character for... He's like a weird remnant person for the Perihelions. Is that okay?
He's left me for
He
dead?
once left you for dead.
Do I know this?
Yes, you would know this.
Okay. But
And
do I know that the old god of the Perihelions is the person who did that?
Yes, you would probably.
Gotcha. That puts a new kind of color on everything that's happened.
Yeah, we can take that off. It was just like when we were looking at all this stuff.
That makes sense.
That's what I thought too. Yeah. And then lastly, Kalkratis, which is Josh's new character. He's like an architect who works for the New Harmony.
Character?
He just retired him basically.
Retired him for now.
He's still like in the New Harmony, and it's kind of like one of the de facto leaders at this point. But
he may have leveled up and lost the ability to speak.
Oh.
he got too weird.
He just lost his mouth along with his eyes.
Yeah.
Still got a nose though, so he can still smell you.
But we put
He smells.
we put it as Kalkratis is smart enough to be worth keeping around. If that makes sense. He's like
he's with
he's with the New Harmony. Yeah, he's like an architect
Yes.
that works with them.
Okay. But he's not like actively part of them. He's like a
He is.
contractor.
He is.
Or-
Yeah.
oh, okay.
But basically the idea with this one would be
architecture is art, my friend.
exactly. The
And
idea
nothing suits architecture and art better than the coming together of arcane geometry
Mhm.
and the physical properties Discordia can imbue in a material to produce that arcane geometry in real life.
Exactly. The idea with his backstory option would be like, even though he works for the New Harmony, you still realize that he's a valuable person because he's very smart.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay. Oh, okay. This is my perception of him.
This is your perception of him. Yeah. Kalkratis is smart enough to be worth keeping around. Right.
Okay.
So maybe you met him once and you're like, well, you work for the New Harmony, but maybe I can convince you to join me at some point, sort of thing. Right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I already know how to sway you, dude. We got
you do.
this. We got this.
Jared, your mic is a little quiet. I don't know if you can fiddle with something and see if you can turn it up.
You know what? It might be.
Now it's muted.
Yeah, it's muted now.
Okay.
Wait, go ahead and say
And now
something.
it's muted on the software. So it was making sound when you pulled the headset out. So it was on the headset
Yeah, it
mic.
was on before.
Yeah, it was on my headset, Mike. That's why everything
Oh,
was
got it.
gobbledygook.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Cool.
Does my mic sound okay, or do you want me to
Yeah,
try to plug in
yours
the
is
other one?
fine. Yeah.
Gobbledygook.
It just what Jared is a
Yeah.
little quieter compared to everybody else's, so now it's pretty even across the board.
I moved it to my snowball.
Cool.
So how does your group feel about the Tanner, Josh, the new guy that the Reclaimers had, or not the?
He loves them.
Well, we had exclusive claim to the manifestations of the Discordia on this plane, and now we don't. And we're a little bit ticked.
Yeah, that's what's kind of happening with the New Harmony and the Recollection right now. Is the Recollection is like moving in on the Tannerin territory, and the New Harmony is being left in the dust a little bit. So
we
what's
were
actually
the cult of the Tannerin, and they were the
Exactly.
ones to build the temple first.
Yeah. So what's kind of
That's
happening?
not okay.
What's happening right now is so basically what happened right is the Recollection made a they had remember that here I'll go to the map real quick. They had this pleasure dome on the map here, a pleasure dome for transcendental drugs and the remixing of dreams.
Yeah.
They had that right, and so they ended up putting a throne on the top of that thing, and that's where the Tannerin goes now. And so what's actually happening with the New Harmony right now and Kalkratis is currently on a quest to get the materials necessary to go to this Cyclopean temple that invaded our reality off in the corner here, and remake it as a new temple to this Tannerin to try to see if they can convince the Tannerin to join the New Harmony instead.
Extreme Makeover, Demon Temple Edition.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Caleb,
Yeah.
I know the rules say my stuff is hidden from people. Can we just put it on there anyway, and then
Yeah.
just have people pretend they don't know?
Sure,
So
that's
I
fine.
always forget what I have.
Yeah, that's honestly a good idea. That makes sense to
It'd be
me.
hard to pretend I don't know something.
Yeah, it just
in this
means
context.
that. I mean, this would just mean you guys can't have access to it, right? Unless
Okay, so we just can't interact with
you
it
can't
unless
interact with it. Yeah,
he specifically brings us there.
exactly. So
Okay.
there's the things that I popped up. So we have
because I forgot about all of them.
a perfectly preserved death camp right here in the corner, an asylum to tend to agents suffering burnout, and a bunker hidden under the rubble of a mighty command center. So those are stuff you can interact with Jared and have at your disposal. Cool. Yeah, so one of the things that's happening right now is Kalkratis is currently... Oh, I forgot to move the Sunset Market token. Oh, well. I'll do it later.
Oh yeah, because that's not...
Yeah, you moved it around, but... yeah, I just made these all on the map itself and didn't like put them manually on Roll20, so...
Is the thing over here, the Angels with the Flaming Swords, is that thing new?
No, it's been
Has that
there
been
for
there
a while. I put a token there to like signify it. There wasn't one there before, but yeah, there are heralds right now.
Those are those Carlys or are those angels from like the gods, space angels?
Well, I mean, the heralds are the faction. So yes, they are part of the heralds.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, there aren't any angels, I don't think, that exist at this point that aren't a herald. It's all just, yeah. But okay, so the other thing that happened last time, and Josh, you don't know about this either. Well, so what happened, remember what we were talking about the session 2 sessions ago where Connor was going to imbue Harahell's body with a Tannerin soul and then send Harahell back to the heralds to like mess with them? That happened. And it went very interestingly. Basically, he showed up like a resurrected angel from the dead sort of a thing. Basically told everybody, yeah, God sent my soul back into my body because I need to like help you guys prepare for the coming judgment that like we're going to lead sort of a thing. And then he basically got all of the heralds to go back to my vision, to like abandon all of their tasks and duties. This is a thing we need to start with actually this session. That he got them all to literally ignore any calls to holiness and for like a couple of days just stay at my vision waiting for God to like come back basically. And then he didn't. And so he had this whole thing happen where a bunch of Tannerin were causing a distraction, and then his goal was to try to literally get my vision, the ship that the angels came on, to just blow up, to be literally destroyed with all of the leaders inside. But it didn't actually happen that way.
Yeah, it was a fun session.
I know. Carly's character managed to figure it out at the last second and stop him, at the very least, from self-destructing the whole thing. And instead what happened is it died. Like, my vision is just a dead piece of junk that literally everything is wiped. It's completely useless to everyone now. It's just a dead husk. And then Carly's character killed Harahell because she knew what was going on, right? She figured it out, and then just without saying a word to anyone, just like took him out. And so that had ramifications.
Jared, I had such good rolls.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had such good rolls that entire session except for the last roll that decided everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when she
That's
beat
typically
me.
how it goes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the entire time, it was just
so well.
the entire time it was just me and Carly being like, "Oh my gosh, this is gonna be horrible." But then, so Carly's character, right, is now she marked the role outsider for her character because I mean, even though she explained afterwards and technically everyone is like, "Okay, we understand what happened," she's still like kind of exiled from the heralds right now. So she's kind of just wandering around. Because she killed their resurrected savior basically before they realized he was a devil. So that's everything that's been happening. But I think what I said is I want you, Jared, to make a roll here because you're the one who's like working with the heralds right now to like protect everybody, right, from the Tannerin. You have your empire going on here, where you're like trying to make sure the Tannerin aren't up to anything bad. So you lost the heralds' help for a while because they were all dealing with this stuff, and I think the Tannerin took advantage of that and caused a bunch of trouble. So what I want you to do is we're gonna go to family moves here.
Okay.
And
I have my character thingy. or the screen, the helpful screen for this.
Say it again.
Can you switch the screens
Uh,
again?
yeah, we'll go to the family playbook is what we're using here. So what I want you to do is I want you to roll hold together. Right, when your family must resist hardship, temptation, or infighting, then you have to roll this move.
Okay.
And let me look at your stuff real quick because you just lost another surplus. Oh, why do I have 2 prestiges on there? I don't know why.
Because I earned I made the argument to earn double for something that happened, and you were just like, okay.
I don't think I did that.
This definitely happened.
I don't believe so.
I earned double prestige because I became literal Jesus.
That honestly sounded about right.
Why would I have done that? I don't think I would have done that.
Double surplus for
Literally
prestige, right?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I was like, dude, I just became space Jesus. I should get
Well,
double.
here, let's look and see real quick if there's another surplus that is peripheral to that makes a little bit more sense. Right? Because you can have prestige and then some similar thing to prestige.
Caleb, why did I let Jared name his character in the Mistborn RPG Hampton Dippleworth?
I don't know.
Jared convinces people of some crazy things.
It's true, he does.
I mean, it usually doesn't take much convincing. I
can't believe I remember that name.
Yeah.
You better remember that name.
Remember the name.
At this point, I feel like I need to step up if I'm going to keep up with y'all.
Yeah. He took the name Dibblewurst, but he wouldn't take Platabaron. Like, really?
That's because Platabaron was offered about 30 minutes earlier. He wore me down.
That's how these things work, I think, with Jared.
Yeah, I think
it's not so
too.
much the quality of the suggestions; it's the timing.
Yeah.
Yep.
What am I trying to do again? Hold together. There we go. Okay.
Well, real quick. So I think I'm going to give you justice instead of the other prestige.
Okay.
Because you in the last 5 years you've taken the Tanner into task, right? So I think there's been some justice you've gotten. So you're going to have to deal with that now. So hold together. So you're going to roll plus mood, which for you is now a +2 because you got rid of that other surplus. So yeah, you're rolling 2d6 +2 to basically just see how well you handle that crisis.
Is there anything I can add to it?
You can spend a point of tech to get advantage. You have 1 to spend.
Okay. How bad is it if I fail this roll?
Well, okay, I'll read the stuff you can do. So if you just get a 7 to 9, well, I mean, okay, so if you fail, I mean, bad things happen, right? Like you're going to get some needs, you're going to maybe lose a surplus, it's going to be an ongoing situation. If you just get a 7 to 9, you have to choose one of these 3. You lose people to harm and or desertion, get the need recruits. Another family or faction came through to help you, give them 1 treaty on you, or the danger hasn't passed so much as shifted into something more manageable, say what it is. On a 10 plus, the trial brings you together, gains surplus morale in addition to the other results. So, you want to spend a point of tech or no? Oh, you did?
So that's
So
11.
It's a 9, unfortunately, because you dropped the lowest.
Plus 2.
Oh, right, you didn't add the +2. Okay, yep, perfect. So you managed to hold it together pretty well, and you get the surplus morale.
Oh,
so you literally
morale, right?
You literally
net 0 gain or loss. All right.
Wow. All right.
I guess.
I mean, he spent the point of tech, so cool, awesome.
I didn't even need to spend that point of tech.
Yeah, it's true. If you just take the first 2.
Yeah. Oh well.
Cool. Yeah, there you go. So tell me, I guess, Jared, how this looks exactly, because basically, right, the heralds like abandon you for a while to do their own thing right now. So the Tannerin just start attacking people, like bad things start happening. How do you take care of it?
I assume we're gearing up with our helicopters and all that to like go check on the
The heralds.
The heralds. Yes, I always want to call them the New Harmony.
Oh, to like see
I'd
what's
rather
going
you
on.
not check on me with helicopters, please.
I assume we were packing up to go check on them and see what's going on, but then we see all this crap and terror going on. So we're just like, well, gotta make a detour.
Okay, sure.
We just rain hell from the sky with our sniper rifles.
Perfect. Cool. With your terraforming guns. Yeah, I think we actually changed them now, right? They aren't sniper rifles anymore. They're like legit terraforming guns, and we gave them far, area, and aberrant instead of far, silent, and elegant, because I don't think it was ever silent or elegant because you were literally just shooting like a terraforming rifle.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, I mean, you get to the Heralds too, I assume, right after this whole thing, and you see the aftermath of the whole situation, or Harahel came back apparently, but it was actually a Tannerin, and their spaceship went offline, so they're in a bad place. They don't have a safe haven now, basically, is the idea, right? They had a safe haven before, but now they don't. And it was like the one place where the Tannerin literally couldn't get to them at all. Didn't we?
I feel like there's a second place now.
There is a second place now because didn't you make a haven?
Not only that, but there's also a tear in the sky that bleed pure harmonia. So I doubt that's not very healthy for
exactly. Right, exactly. I think isn't that the haven that you did? I believe that's actually what it was, because I remember there was some sort of H turn thing that you got to like make a haven or something like that.
Yeah, that's literally just what Azimuth is now. I made it my haven.
Oh, right, that's what it was. Okay, I mean. Do you suggest to the Heralds that they just come to Azimuth with you?
That's what I was going to say, but like Carly's not here, so I don't want to make that decision for her.
Yeah, I mean, I can ask her real quick. Here, give me a second.
Oh. He's not here. We can tell the audience. We can say whatever we want to the audience. Connor, it's your time to shine. No?
We can metagame behind his back.
Yeah, let's make a bunch of secret rolls real quick.
So, I'm going to mind control Riva, right?
Ooh,
yeah, she said yes.
Oh, okay.
Wait, that metagaming thing that I just told you about, Jared, it already happened, so... Okay. Yeah, I guess I can't do it. I'll have to call off the plan.
Wait, you actually already did that?
I did, yes.
Wait, what thing?
Connor is Riva, right?
No.
Oh no, Riva's the
Hellbreakers, yeah.
Hellbreaker, yeah. I was there for that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was trying to be funny in a sort of meta, and
I forgot who Riva was.
I tried too hard again.
No, it would have been funny if I knew if my memory didn't suck.
Jared didn't remember anything about this game every time he plays.
Well,
I know it's been a few and far between. It makes sense. Cool. So yeah, I mean they do that. I think they go back to Azimuth with you.
So it's become like a real hodgepodge of people up in Azimuth.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We got the left. We have the leftover Hellbreakers who didn't join.
Yep.
We have
the leftover Pyrrhelians who didn't go off into the desert.
Yeah.
And now you have the Heralds and the Last Watch.
Yep.
Yep. Your empire is consolidating. Cool. Awesome. So let's back up then, I guess, since that's the kind of like immediate thing I wanted to take care of. Right, we have stuff with the New Harmony going on right now. Kalkratis is still doing his quest with Riva, but I guess maybe let's ask Connor. Connor, what's going on with the recollection right now?
Beats me. Your guess is mine.
Connor, you control them.
What they're probably doing is bringing all these requests to the Tannerin that are like menial and small and like, you know, the day-to-day things that would just drive him mad.
Fix my rake.
Yeah, basically.
Well, maybe.
Mr. Tannerin, my thing died and I need you to resurrect it. Well, what died?
No,
How important is it to you? Oh, it was my lawnmower. It's out of gas.
I think they'd have like a more fearful respect for him than that.
Well, so I guess, I mean, the question really for the recollection is like, what's their long-term goal here, right? Because their goal for a little while was to get this wonder, right? And now they have it. So what are they planning on doing with it? I know you've tried messing with other factions and stuff. And we should deal with the aftermath of what you tried to do with the Heralds, right? So obviously he failed. So what would be your next step? Are you still just trying to mess with people? What is Iseret up to, really, I guess is the question.
That's what I've been thinking. I don't know what could be a next step for Iseret, besides like maybe getting jealous of new Tannerin boss.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she's going on a power hunt.
Oh, to like get more power for herself? To
Well-
like challenge the guy?
Well, yeah, that's what a power hunt would be.
Yeah. What kind of place would you
Get more
go for
power at
that?
a power hunt. I'm assuming like the Netherworld.
Oh, World of Shadows,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like World Shadow. That's what we're talking about.
The World of Shadows, but yes.
World of Shadows.
I don't remember what the Greek name for it was, but it was something. You had a Greek name for it, Josh. And it was literally it just literally meant World of Shadows, but I don't remember what it was.
I thought you were talking about me up. It's like I don't remember coming up with a Greek name for this. That sounds pretty rad.
Jared, actually, quick question. You would have sent the heralds back that were guarding the way into the void over at Paradise Lost, probably, right? Or would you have wanted them to all stay at Azimuth?
I mean, do I know about the people there?
I mean, they would have told you, right? Like, they're even though they're going to base at Azimuth now, it doesn't mean that they're going to stop doing their like calls to holiness, whatever, right?
Yeah, and I don't know what Paradise Lost is.
Yeah, I mean, Paradise Lost is like a horrible, evil, like discordant garden that is a portal to the World of Shadows.
I probably want to destroy that.
Okay, yeah. That could be the next thing for you.
I mean, because I doubt I knew about that before they came to me.
Right.
And if it's a portal to space,
Another world.
Sure.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's the great.
But before anything, I'd want to pray to Space Jesus. I mean, Space God, because I'm Space Jesus.
Sure.
Hey,
Yeah.
Did we call it Cosmoskion?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Cosmoskion?
Yeah. That sounds right.
Okay. That's
I'm going to
literally
refer
a
to him as Space God.
mashing of
Yeah.
shadow
that,
and
that
world.
sounds right. So you want to pray to Space God to do what? Uncover secrets? Is that what you're kind of planning on doing?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's probably what it would be.
I was looking for guidance, but yeah, that's...
I mean, yeah. Uncover secrets is certainly that.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, let's do that real quick because I have an idea. So if your next step, Jared, is to go burn down the Paradise Lost, I think it would be really fun for that being the place that Isra needs to go to get power. Have a little crossover there. So yeah, but let's roll Uncover secrets for you. If you want to do that too, Connor, that makes sense, right? And you can use the visitant
Uncover secrets
if you wanted to. Yeah, to like get more detailed information on like how you can get power and stuff. Unless Isra wouldn't use the
for Uncover secrets.
use the visitant.
What?
Yeah, Uncover secrets. Yeah.
Okay. For whatever reason, I can't hear you very well. Like not I can't hear you very well. You're like cutting out for me. I don't know.
Oh, got it.
So say it again.
I was just saying you could also do Uncover secrets to like get more information on what you can do with to like find more power.
Okay.
And it probably doesn't make any sense for Iseret to use the visitant to help with that, but that's technically something you can do if you wanted to use the wonder to like give you a bonus on Uncover secrets or whatever. But
No, that doesn't seem right.
that's what I thought.
I feel like a metagaming.
Yeah.
Look at how far I've come, you guys.
From the days of Poddle.
Yeah, from the days of Bottle.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, we've been doing invisibility wrong this entire time. You just become invisible when you attack. Okay, well, I just take the ring off and put the ring back on again. As a free action. There you go.
Free actions, the bane of DM's existence.
Yep. And damage reduction, the bane of players' existence.
Yeah. Yes.
There was a mechanic in 3.5, Josh, that was just like you straight up don't do a certain amount of damage to creatures. And so like David, his whole thing was like he's using 2 rapiers and he would do a lot of attacks, but they would all be low damage, and so he could literally never hurt anything because he would do it would make sense if he was fighting something without damage reduction because it would do about the same amount of damage as someone else would, but every attack would be like -5, so it just wouldn't work.
No.
Yeah, he's like, some of them are just like, yeah, unless I literally roll a crit, I will do nothing.
And then that's
Wait,
where
yeah.
that's where the quote came from, where he was like, "I just want to fight people with limitations."
Yeah.
So
Yep.
in 3.5, was it -5 to each incoming attack?
It was -5 to each damage. Yeah, each individual like damage source. Yep. Every time a damage source happened. Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad that 5.0 is the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 3.5 was a mess. It was a fun mess, but it was a mess.
It was soft.
It was certainly a mess.
But yeah, Jared, if you want to do uncover
What do I
secrets.
roll?
And it's roll plus data spent. You don't have any data though, so you can't spend any.
Is it plus anything at all?
No, because it's
Okay.
plus data spent, and you don't have any data to spend. So,
Gotcha. 7.
Oof.
so you just get to ask one of those questions then.
Okay.
And uncover secrets.
How can we best make use of my new godly powers and all these new recruits that we have?
This sounds like two questions.
There's one question.
Would choose one of those.
Okay, best make use of my new godly powers.
What did we say your new godly powers were?
I mean, it was a lot of aesthetic stuff that basically looked like space Jesus, but it was my eternal armory or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's like a specific thing you got, and then you also have the immortality and the fact that you can use azimuth to reconstitute yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where are you leaning with that question, Jared? What kind of answers do you want? Like in what way?
What the next move should be, basically.
To accomplish what? Like what kind of thing do you want to be able to do with your godly powers?
Get rid of the Tannerin.
Yeah, so to get rid of the Tannerin. I mean, I honestly, this is probably a good direction for you. It's to cut off entrances to the World of Shadows. That's probably a good, because what you're doing, you're gonna like plug up leaks. That's what your job is right now. If you can plug up the leaks, then you can deal with the Tannerin that have already crossed over to the side, right? But until you cover the leaks, they're just gonna keep coming. So if you go and plug the leaks, and I probably at least heard of the whole thing that happened with Iseret and Harahel, where Harahel like sacrificed himself to heal this crack in the world's soul and made it this garden.
Which one's Harahel was the
Carly's character last age.
okay.
Yeah. This place
And-
here on the map, the Holy Garden, healing the crack in the world's soul.
So all I need to do is bring a member of Carly, bring an angel to sacrifice themselves.
Well, so that was a specific move that Harahel had. Technically, it was a inheritance move for the Herald, so some other person could have it. But
I just need God to tell me which ones do.
yeah, I mean,
sacrifice yourself.
to do that, you would need Carly to make a character, or someone else to make a quick.
Make a bunch of expendable characters.
Or someone can make a quick
Just
character.
sacrifice themselves to save the world.
To be fair, I can just be resurrected over and over.
That's true. Oh my gosh, Jared, I just remembered. Your thing as a last watch person allows you to have a what's it called? Inheritance
know,
move
because it's
from a faction that you're infiltrating. Like you could literally the next move you get, Jared, could literally be that.
Like that.
Let me read the specifics of that. I just want to make sure that I'm reading that right. Because what it says here is, yeah, Guardians characters and quick characters gain a color identity in any other family in play. They can pick inheritance moves from the infiltrated family freely. Different characters may pick different families. I'm trying to remember, what one did you choose originally?
I don't know. It was like a thing from a different group?
Yeah, what family were you infiltrating originally when you made this character in the first place?
I don't think
I think you chose someone.
Did I? I can't remember. Well, you can look at the thing. It should be listed, right?
I don't know if it was. Let me look.
I remember very little about character creation. That was a long time
It
ago.
was, yeah. Yeah, I don't think we ever wrote it down at the very least.
And I certainly haven't used that.
And you certainly haven't used it, so I'm fine with you saying that it's the Heralds. But that's like the decision that you've made right now, sort of a thing for Cassius, and you can't change it at that point.
Okay, and what is the move exactly?
Basically, what this means is it's just what normally, factions get inheritance moves, which are moves that are available to quick characters and certain playbooks and stuff. And the thing with the Last Guardian or the Failed Guardians is that they get to choose another family to take inheritance moves from because they infiltrate that family, basically. And so if you want, I mean, this could be, again, another aspect of Cassius's connection to God now is that he is considered a herald for the purposes of inheritance moves. So basically, it's just the next time you mark a roll, the next time you could get another move, you can take that garden move. So you could work on that. Like you could work towards getting another roll, and then do your whole, get the garden thing, and then sacrifice yourself, reconstitute yourself, and do it over and over again. Yes, certainly. Okay. Technically, it's you mark 2 harm to do it, actually, too. So you don't have to kill yourself. It might kill you.
That's not that bad at all.
Yes, that would actually be a really solid plan for Cassius, is to get that move and then heal these cracks with his own blood, basically.
So mechanically, like, how do I get that roll?
So honestly, the thing you should do is probably work on your prophet thing, right? So right now you are a prophet, and that means your like quest for the prophet is, if I recall, hunting a symbolic beast of some sort. And I think we decided here it's mark when you hunt for a mystic or symbolic beast in order to change the world in subtle and mysterious ways. The GM will add obstacles and limitations to ritualize the hunt.
That could be the Paradise Lost.
It could be. So the thing that I had in mind, so if you look at the map here, the Eldritch Horror that is hunting the servants of God is what I was thinking it would be. And we have him out over here. That doesn't necessarily mean he's not over by... He couldn't also end up over by Paradise Lost.
I think he should be like...
He probably wouldn't be... He probably actually would move, because if the Heralds are moving, right, like, he has no reason to be over there. Okay, you know what? Let's say this, Jared. This will be fun. Let's say you'd already sent some of the heralds back. They probably just asked you and did this to go back with the flaming swords to bar the way into the void, right? That happened right away almost, right? Because they're like, okay, we need to get back there. We need to make sure that nothing's wrong. And because this eldritch thing is searching out for and hunts the servants of God, and all the servants of God are basically in Azimuth at this point, and he can't get to them there. He probably would go to Paradise Lost to hunt them down. And so I think the thing we're going to do here is we're going to have you go to Paradise Lost to burn it down, right? To do your whatever you want to do there. Yeah. And you're going to end up fighting this thing. And Easteret's probably also going to be there. And it's going to be a whole giant crossover thing.
All right. Have I met Easteret yet?
I know you had in Age 1, you had a backstory with her. And it said, let me find it again. Easteret has fought shoulder to shoulder with me. So in the first Age, you fought with her at one point.
Oh, so we're friends.
Well, maybe in the past life. Now, right now, she's being possessed by a legion of demons, so.
Oh, okay.
Could we make this a 3-way overlap?
I was going to say, yeah. Oh, certainly, yes.
Because
this is awesome.
Kind of want a quick character agent.
Yeah.
To show up, because I have something I'd like to try to do while we're here.
Oh, certainly, yeah, and I was obviously gonna offer that anyway. That's what.
But like, I want a character, New Harmony character.
Yeah. Yep, that's totally fine. Cool. So, Connor, you wanted to roll Uncover Secrets too, then?
I'll go smack him.
Connor?
I didn't realize you couldn't hear me. Oh, yeah. Hey, Jared. No, I didn't realize you couldn't hear me. I was talking.
Got it.
Yeah, can you roll for me? I have no way of using roll 20
Oh, yeah, that's
effectively
fine.
on my phone.
Yep.
This is not possible.
Do you have any data you want to
Or
spend?
feasible, I should say. How many data do I have? I don't think I have data. No, I used it all.
Let
I
me
definitely
look.
used it all last
I
session.
feel like you did, yeah. Yep, you have 0.
I was going to say, if I had leftover data that I didn't use, I'll be very upset.
One thing you could spend a point of tactic advantage. You have 2 of those.
I guess? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I might as well.
All right. 3d6. K2. Here we go. You got a 7.
Oh, okay.
So barely
get
a
that.
success. So same thing as
ask one
Jared.
question
You can
now?
ask one question. Yep.
Okay. Can you read me up the questions again?
Yeah. How do I get surplus blank? How do I remove need blank? What's the truth behind blank? How can we best make use of blank?
What's the secret? What's the secret behind? Well, I guess I made him up, so I guess I know the secret behind Vision. I was like, I guess I was thinking like Easter would answer that question, but I know the secret behind
Yeah.
Vision. So I guess what's the secret behind the secret Shadow Realm that I forget the name of?
What's the truth behind the World of Shadows?
Yeah.
Cosmoskion.
We just called it the World of Shadows.
It's either the World of Shadows or the Cosmoskion, probably.
Oh, Cosmoskion. Okay.
What do you mean by what's the truth behind it? Like, what direction are you leaning that question in?
Well, if I'm gonna go there, like what is it? What is it really?
It is it's like a
saying?
parallel dimension that is filled with discordia, right? If there is a ever-present force like thing that is the harmonia, right, infusing everything, there's also a parallel, the yang to the yin or whatever, right? This discordant music that is leeching off of the harmonia and also paralleling it, sort of a thing. So really, it's an alternate dimension. It's a place you can get to in cracks in the world soul that is this like place of discordant power.
What?
And that's where the Tannerin come from. Like it's basically the place where the Tannerin I think we decided this last time, like where the souls when the Tannerin die, they go to be reincarnated, basically.
Huh. Okay. Oh yeah. I remember. Okay.
Right, because your friend came from there as a baby Tannerin, sort of a thing.
Yeah. Well, I guess I already knew that then.
So
what's the secret behind it, Caleb?
What kind of secret do you want to know? Like,
I don't know. Something I can use to my advantage.
In terms of getting power.
Advantage. Yeah. So I guess I'm asking the other question.
Oh, how can I
best
make use of the World of Shadows?
Yeah.
Right.
Because I already knew what the World of Shadows was.
Yeah, that makes sense. How can you best make use of the Cosmoskion?
Cosmoskion.
Yeah.
Cosmoskeeter.
So, I mean, this is an interesting question for Iseret, particularly because she is currently being possessed by a legion of demons. Like, I'm not sure there is... It depends on what Iseret wants, because it's weird. Okay, so why does Iseret care about the Vision taking over?
Like I think it's just. I think.
Is it pure Tannerin jealousy?
Oh. Hold up a second. What if she was possessed by the Black Knight? What if one of the demons that possessed her? Oh yeah, not the Black Knight, the Black General. What if that was one of the people that possessed her?
It would kind of. No, I don't think it makes sense just from what we have so far.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. It would either be you are only possessed by the Black General, or you're possessed by a whole bunch of other lesser demons.
Oh, okay.
The Black General wouldn't share.
Oh, I see.
Black General does not share his playthings.
There is only one Lord of the Ring, and he does not share power.
Well, he should learn to. Sharing toys is an important part of learning to grow up.
That's fair.
It is. It is. Sharing is how you make friends.
Yeah, so I'm curious, Connor, what like the motivation for the Legion of Demons that is Easterat at this point, wanting more power to get at the vision.
Yeah,
like
I don't know. Maybe that's not what she's doing.
Because I would be fine with her having like a jealousy thing, because I mean I think we've established that Tanner and don't always get along necessarily, right?
Right.
So it could totally be that, right? It could totally be like maybe the one. So is this like a? I may have already asked this question, but is Easterat currently possessed by like a bunch of different personalities that are warring with each other, or have they kind of melded to become one entity at this point?
Yeah, I think they kind of melded to become one entity.
Okay.
I don't want to add like schizophrenia to the list of listed issues she has. I feel like that's just too much to roleplay.
Yeah, that makes
at the
sense.
same time.
Yep.
Maybe she can have schizophrenia later.
Yeah, so they've all kind of like, and maybe what it is like one of the personalities has like come out on top after like the last 5 years being really weird for Easterat. And maybe one of them has like become the most powerful among them and is suppressing the other personalities but is just drawing on their power, right?
Sure.
So what is the motivation of this Tannerin then? Like, are they legitimately like they want to be the person in charge of the recollection?
I don't know. No, actually, now that I think about it, maybe Easterat is the main personality. Maybe it is Easterat, and she is the one who wants to usurp vision using the Tannerin, and she's like, instead of like having the issue be the Tannerin are controlling her still, maybe she's still controlling the Tannerin like she was with Friend.
Right.
Maybe the demon's name is Friend. Yeah, Hannah was confused.
Yeah, I mean, we could say like the last 5 years, right? Easterat has been slowly getting her control back from these Legion of Demons, and I would love for it to be like a thing where Easterat feels like she won, but really the Tannerin have irrevocably, at least at this point, like changed her personality, and she doesn't even realize it. So she thinks she's back to normal, and is just using them.
She's fine.
Exactly, but she's totally not.
Right.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but I think having her be looking for power for herself is really the only place for her character to go that's even remotely interesting in a taking initiative kind of way. Like, I don't really know what she would be doing besides that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What
otherwise, she would just fade into the background and work with them, right? Yeah,
right.
That makes sense to me.
So,
cool. I'm done with that. So then, how can you use the World of Shadows to do that? Good question. I know. Good question.
Maybe she thinks that she just is trying to get more Tannerin. Maybe she thinks the more Tannerin, the better.
Yeah.
No. Maybe she's going into
Cosmoscan.
Cozumel, yes, Cozumel. Yeah, you're right.
Cosmoscan.
The peanut gallery over here is actually quite entertaining. This is great.
Cosmoscan.
No, Cosmoscan. Thank you. Cozumel, Cosmoscan. I'll call it Cozumel from now on. So she's gonna go to Cozumel, and she wants to basically. I'm thinking she's gonna like call the Tannerin together to have like a meeting and being like, I'm your god now. Like I have melded. I am both the epitome of human and the epitome of Tannerin. Like Vision should not be your god. Like, I'm your god. Like, worship me, and I'm the leader.
Right. So basically, you just want to like go see if you can shove more Tannerin into your soul to get more power.
Yep.
And then go back to the Vision and be like, hey, you're one Tannerin. I'm 2,000.
I'm many.
Yeah, I am Legion. Exactly.
Anarin.zip.
Yeah, Tannery.zip. I'm just waiting for someone
I thought
to
that
hit
was
extract all. That will
funny,
be
too.
interesting. Cool. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, we're waiting for someone to hit extract all.
That'll be
that's
where
gonna be
the
friend
mess
later.
really happens. Yeah. Oh yeah, that'll be friend. That'll be friend to.
Yep. For the rescue.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we got Easter egg going to, and you can do this by going to Paradise Lost, and I think Paradise Lost.
Don't you guys wish you were playing RPG right now?
We'd have space for a quick character.
Yeah, sure.
Josh just said we have space for a quick character. Jericho wants to be Gloria. I don't think she can play.
No.
I'm sorry, never mind.
So I think Iseret that I think Paradise Lost is like the parallel to where the Tannerin breeding ground is. Not breeding ground, but like their growth pods or whatever it is, right? I think that's really what Paradise Lost is like a leaking over of where the Tannerin grow, and these trees are like weird pseudo-naturalistic pagan representatives of the growing Tannerin on the other side.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? And so you're going to go to Paradise Lost to use because I think you think that you can probably harvest the trees themselves or some part of them, and that'll be an easier way to just like literally devour the Tannerin babies before they actually like become sentient. And so you can just like suck up raw power instead of having to deal with more personalities.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Murdering babies.
Yeah, the forbidden fruit.
Okay,
exactly.
yeah, so-
Exactly.
So
Yes.
she's gonna go. Well, actually, yeah. I guess that is exactly what she's doing. Wow, she's that's pretty terrifying, honestly.
Uh-huh. Yeah, apple with a worm in it. Yeah.
I'm gonna go eat baby demons to absorb power. Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Oh, sorry. All right, and then I'll go to the demons and be like, "Hello, I am God now."
Yeah. Exactly.
Nice to meet you guys. I just ate all your children.
And the thing is, it's like these aren't actual children. These are just reincarnating Tannerin who have died. It's just they have to regain their sentience every time. Is the idea?
Yeah, but I'm eating their children. That's what it is. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm sticking to.
All right, well let's go ahead.
Out of context quotes with Connor today.
Oh yeah, you guys can clip this one.
Yep.
This would be a nice clip. I'm eating your babies. That's what I'm sticking with.
Oh boy. Okay, cool. Let's do the zooming in move then. So when you focus on critical
Jericho
scenes,
was saying I was bordering on heresy.
I mean, I think you're more than bordering on it, but yeah.
Bordering, yes. If you count the inside of the border wall,
Yes.
we're definitely sitting square on top of it, occupying it. Heresy is our occupied territory today. I sent you a message, Caleb, on
Zoom chat?
Messenger.
Or Messenger, okay.
If that ends it, just for you to look at, it might be too much for what we're trying to do with the scene, but it's just a thought that could be useful given the current convergence that's happening. But if not, I want to make a scene separate for that to happen. So
Right.
because now that I think about it, I kind of just want to see Jared and Connor's characters work this out.
Yeah, and if you want to do that, that's fine. We can just, do a different scene for that then.
Oh wait, hold up. What was this?
Josh sent me a message on Messenger.
I'm just note passing.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
don't mind me.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
I thought I missed something, but okay, I did, and it was
So-
good.
I
You
think
did,
maybe
but it wasn't meant for you.
Yeah, I think maybe a
Right.
good idea would be, Josh, let's actually do that now, real quick, before we zoom in, and then take a break, and then zoom in and do the next thing.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because I think it makes more sense to have you do that now as opposed to after the whole thing goes down. Because who knows what the situation will be like after the fact here. But it just sounds like something that the new Harmony could attempt to do. Just
Sure.
subvert into subterfuge fashion.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah, do you want to reveal to the peeps what you're trying to do here?
Okay. So the new Harmony would like to get some kind of an agent into the ranks of,
No.
into the ranks of the Last Watch
The Last Watch, yeah.
Oh, okay,
and
that's fine.
steal
Yeah,
some
you can
terraforming equipment.
do that.
Cool. So let's see. What are you actually doing here?
Because
So you're trying to like steal them?
I'm looking for a
basically?
device, is
Yeah.
what I'm doing. The device is terraforming equipment.
Right. I almost feel like that would be a surplus or something, right? Like that feels like the mechanical thing to do here. I guess it could be tech. Up to you actually. It could be either one of those. Do you want to try to steal tech or are you trying to steal a surplus?
Can I turn tech into devices when it's comes
Yes.
time to need it?
Yep, you can transfer them at your will. Yeah.
Then I'm trying to steal tech.
Steal tech. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I'm trying to, yeah. Because the only other thing mechanically that I'm aware of for this would be something along the lines of finding a piece of tech on a dead body of someone with
Right.
that outsider role. But could I do like a uncover secrets role for the family?
To do what exactly? Because like the questions are
Or-
like, how do I
well,
get
let's
surplus? How do I remove need? What's the truth behind, or how can we best make use of? Which I'm not sure that will help you in any of these situations.
Sure.
Because I'm looking at subterfuge. Subterfuge feels like the thing that you're doing, but it's like
Sabotage makes it fail.
like the
Seize by force is reclaim when you direct your family to seize or maintain control of a resource.
and that kind of feels like what you're doing.
I mean, I could just
It's just-
steal all their terraforming weapons.
Yeah. I mean, what
You
this
should
would
do that.
what this would be is probably like you would get some tech, and then maybe they would get like a need or something. Right, to like reference that they're short on terraforming weapons at the moment, sort of a thing.
Right.
Hey, Caleb.
Yeah.
I need you to go to the Last Watch and look at settled real quick,
And like a what?
and look at my lifestyle.
Okie dokie.
Your lifestyle?
I just need him to read that real quick for what's about to happen.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's good. That's good to know.
Now, I mean, Josh. That is about it.
Perfect. Cool. Yeah, I'm glad you
Sure.
recognize that.
I'm trying to think what I've got.
Yeah, we always forget the family playbook stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be too worried about rolling stuff that I don't necessarily have bonuses in, because Eldritch Madness is nice.
Yeah, and you also have a 0 in everything, so
Right.
What?
Yep, I have 0 in everything, but I roll slight with advantage. And then Eldritch Madness just lets me pick 6s. Like,
Oh, wow,
once I've
what?
played my family enough, I just have 6s I can pull from, as long as narratively it makes sense.
mhm.
So like
Oh, wow,
anything
that's
related
so
to lore, wealth,
cool.
mirage, or echoes, I can pull 6s and just use them instead of dice.
Yeah. I mean, lore makes sense here, or wealth, either of those.
Or mirage.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to
You're
be
trying to be
sneaky and
sneaky.
steal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Any of those.
Mhm. Yeah, so if I'm trying to
Connor, real quick, the dishes are sort of loud in the background.
Oh yeah,
I'm
okay.
gonna
I
mute,
can mute
yeah.
myself.
I tell them women to quiet down.
I will not.
What?
I will not.
They're in the kitchen. The kitchen is the place for making dishes noises. I think the people trying to do an audio sensitive process in a inherently
lay in my
noisy environment are the ones that ought to be responsible for dealing with their own intake of said noise
Very,
pollution.
very true.
I agree.
So it's your fault, Connor.
So I don't necessarily need to do a scene here.
Mhm.
I just want to make a family move to try and see if I can
Yeah.
steal some tech.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, so
would it be a claim by force?
I think it's a claim by force. Yeah, because like subterfuge, you can do other things like that, and so you could make a subterfuge roll to like cover your tracks. But seize by force is what you're doing to just get the thing.
Hide your own involvement in an action. You may frame someone else in place. That being said, it would be a bit metagamey, but at the same time, I don't want to waste time coming up with a roll if he's going to be able to see right through a subterfuge roll.
Right, yeah. Did you look at his lifestyle thing?
I glanced at it. I didn't read it thoroughly.
Yeah, so it's when someone invades your perimeter, you can always have evidence of two of the following: their identity, their location, or the time of the breach.
Oh, okay. So I could mask my identity by using subterfuge, but you could
Yes.
still get other bits of information about me. Okay. So I might actually start. Would I start with the subterfuge or the claim by force?
Yeah, let's do subterfuge. Let's do subterfuge first. That makes sense.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to roll subterfuge to Okay, so I'm going to roll subterfuge to disguise
Your
my
involvement in the action, yeah.
family's involvement in this theft.
Yep, so you can roll with advantage.
D6.
Do you want to use a 6?
1. Yes. So I'm going to use an infusion from my Eldritch Madness. I'm going to use the infusion of the Mirage Echoes line. So just
Got it.
pluck one of those out of there.
There you go.
And it's a plus 0, so 2d6, K1 plus 6. Boop. 9.
All right, on a 7 to 9, the GM names a clue you leave behind or a family or faction that sees through the deception. That's me, isn't it?
Yes.
I am the GM.
I'm glad I have a lot of the factions in my abode.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Let's see. Clue that you leave behind, probably. I don't know. You guys have any thoughts?
Tamarind goo.
Ectoplasm.
Yeah.
I think
I don't
a
know.
clue I leave behind because having Jared's character go on a sleuthing hunt to see if they can track down the actual thieves could be kind of interesting. But also, it would also be like, shadow puppetry because he already knows. Because it would be less interesting for the players other than to play it out.
Yeah.
So that's maybe a question. If Jared's interested in playing that angle, then we could leave a clue. Otherwise,
Let's do this. The recollection notices. For whatever reason, they have an agent who finds out that you did this. So that's, I think, what happens. So it's not that the Lost Watch has a clue now. It's just that the recollection, who's a neutral party that wouldn't just randomly give this information to the Last Watch, knows that it happened. So Connor, you know that the New Harmony tried to sneak, at the very least tried to, we'll see how well it goes, tried to sneak in and grab terraforming equipment from the Last Watch. Cool. So, Jared, what do you want to choose for those two? Their identity, their location, the time of the breach. You can't choose their identity because they successfully did it, so I guess it's just the other two, actually.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Yeah, sorry. Because they made the roll successfully.
Well, I mean, the only location that it can be is Azimuth.
Is basically
all the
Azimuth.
other things are...
So I think what this is this means that Jared can try to do a roll in response here in some way to hinder you. Let me look at the stuff. I don't know exactly what that means. Oh, I guess you could call in a debt. Probably is what you're looking at. Do you have any debt with them? Yeah, you have 3 on the New Harmony, Jared. This is what I would think is because he basically knows that there was a breach. He doesn't know who did it yet, but he could like try to send agents to stop it, sort of thing. And if you, I think this makes sense to do the call into debt move, which like you can spend 1 treaty and then choose one of the following: get a +2 on a move that targets them, take a surplus from them, or give them to back you up, fall into indecision, or protect something important. So maybe actually that doesn't make sense because none of those actually make any sense for the situation. Unless you wanted to do your own subterfuge against them. I don't know. What would the last watch do if they got wind of a perimeter breach?
I mean, they'd set up an ambush.
Okay. So
I kind of was hoping to roll claim by force, then the subterfuge to be able to hide my tracks on my way out, but I guess this works.
Yeah, and I think it has to be this way because of his settled thing, where it's like you always know the invasion of perimeter sort of a thing, right? It's not like after the fact; it would be like when it happens.
Okay.
And what are the game mechanics for a haven?
Haven is I believe it's like just a place of safety. But he's not trying to like attack you. He's just trying to like steal some stuff. So I'll double check that. I know there is a mechanic related to it. Havens 12. Havens. Havens prove that the homeland is worth fighting for. They offer solace and respite and beauty, more than any strategic resources or impending menaces. So basically, it's just like you can always go there to be safe.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they can. It's not like it prevents them from stealing stuff from you. So, but yeah, that was a good thing to bring up for sure. Yeah, I mean, let's just do this. Josh, you go ahead and roll your subterfuge, and then we can see from there what. Or starting that subterfuge, roll by claim by force, and then we'll see. Because we know that the Last Watch is trying to intercept you at this point, but we'll see how well it goes on your end, and then we'll see if there's something else we can do after that fact.
Okay. So I'm going to roll my claim by force, and I'm going to go with lore as my eldritch infusion. As we've got a surplus of spies, they're able to.
So let me
give
say
us
something
information
then.
on rituals that would help us do this better.
Let me say something then. I think another one of the family moves here, right, is right tool for the job. If you wanted to, you could just like erase the spy surplus and just do it for free automatically.
Is it worth? Yes, I think it's worth.
Yeah.
My mood drops even further.
Yeah, there you go.
But I think I'm honestly just gonna do right tool for the job.
Yeah, that's a pretty good madness. That's a pretty good move, I think. Because so basically you try to set up a. And what it probably is, it's like a Bothan spy sort of situation, right? Many Bothans died to get this information. There was an ambush, and some of the people died, but they were disguised well enough that you can't trace them back to the right? They were disguised as some other faction or just random people or whatever, right? So they can't trace it back to the New Harmony. But people got out with the tech you needed. So some of your spies died, which you just don't have as many spies now, basically, is the idea. Because then it all fits together with a fiction of like Jared's faction actually setting up an ambush, but then you actually getting the stuff you need. So
some of you may die, and that is a sacrifice that Episkiadzos is willing to make.
Exactly. Let's see. How many tech do I give you? I don't know. I'm not really sure what the ratio on this should be.
Right, because this is the. So it actually, I should get a device or a relic.
Yeah, and that's what that's what tech is. It's just it's when it's in the family mode, it's tech. If you transfer it to the character mode, it's a device. Right? So
I'd be. We just kind of have to keep. So I know now that I've acquired my terraforming tools.
Exactly, and you can transfer a tech convert a tech into that device and give it to a character. Basically, is the idea.
Okay.
But yeah, let me look at tech real quick to see what the kind of. Here we go, tech.
Draw, please. No.
I feel like it should be more than one. But let's just say two.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 tech that you can 2 of that tech you can transfer into. I don't know where you got the other tech from, but I think it was from the H turn stuff. But you can transfer those into devices if you would wish.
Caleb, what's an asset? Asset
is the gear stuff that you get for characters. So if you want to sabotage an asset, it's like when their character uses that, it ends up failing.
Okay, but he doesn't have that asset right now. It's still a tech.
Oh no, yeah, you could roll a subterfuge to sabotage. I think that makes sense.
He'd have to know.
You would have to know,
that it was
but
me and
exactly
know that I have it.
Yeah, but that is something technically you could do. I'd allow that. Yeah, I think it makes sense to be able to sabotage a tech. But
I mean, I know their location though.
No, you knew the location of the breach, which is what allowed you to intercept them, but you don't know who they are or where they came from.
Okay.
You already cost me my spy network for this. I literally spent my spy network on this. You don't have to make it cost anymore, Jared.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, is there any other quick family stuff you want to do before we zoom in, and then we'll take a break and then come back and zoom in and do the other stuff?
Nope, I'm good.
I think for me, the next step is the cleansing of the temple, as it were.
Well, you still need to get the terraforming thing. You got the Wait a second.
I literally just got
That's
the terraforming.
True. I forgot. Yeah. I totally forgot that was the whole thing. So I will say one thing, right? Kalkratis was going to go to the Eye of the Storm or whatever and get that terraforming thing.
Oh,
that was going to be a more powerful terraforming
that was
device, right? I think having these other ones will definitely help you even more. But I think unless you want it to take a really long time, you probably still want the thing in the Eye of the Storm because that's way more powerful.
So if I get the thing in the Eye of the Storm, does it take off the takes months requirement from my Wonder construction?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, cool. Because
it will definitely expedite.
No, because I just burned my spy network. I'd forgotten I was already on a quest for that.
Mm-hmm. What were the 2 claimed by force things he got?
Wait, what?
You choose 2 on a 7 to 9.
Oh, we didn't actually do that. No. He didn't actually roll claim by force. That's why. Because he used the move in family moves, right tool for the job. When your family uses the resources to confront a crisis, erase an appropriate surplus, and mitigate or resolve the problem. So it's just he can spend it to accomplish the thing.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Oh, dang. I would have been using this the entire time. I've had so many surpluses.
I know, yeah. Well, okay, cool. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back and zoom in and do the whole thing with Paradise Lost. We'll be back in just a short while with more Hellbreaker Sequence right after this. Stick around.